Well, hi. I'm going to do a review on these movies. They're Friday the 13th all the way to the final chapter. In part 1, Jason's mother is the killer. And part 1, my opinion on part 1, it was pretty good. Actually, there was a lot of good scenes, and it was okay. In part 2... Oh, and by the way, Jason's mom dies. She gets her head cut off. And Jason sees that and comes back for part 2, which Jason is the killer. And in part 2, just like part 1, you don't see the killer until the very end of the movie, and you see Jason, and he wears his sack over his head to hide his identity. I like the sack, actually. It kind of hid his whole head, so you didn't know who he was at all. There was a lot of gory scenes. It was pretty good. I liked it. Moving on to part 3. Part 3, you could get this in 3D, and this one's not because it's a cassette. Part 3 had Richard J. Brooker behind the mask, and he played a good Jason. I like this one a lot because of the way Jason looks, and in this one's famous because of the hockey mask, which follows Jason through to the end of the series, which should have been part 4. And in part 4, Ted White is Jason. And part 4 should have been the last Friday the 13th made, but they made a whole lot more. And part 4 had a lot of good scenes. It had Tommy Jarvis, who killed Jason. And I didn't really like Tommy Jarvis. I thought he looked sort of annoying. And there's a lot of gory scenes in this one, too. And this one, my opinion on this one is it could have been a little shorter, even though it wasn't very long. It just seemed long because it was kind of boring. But other than that, yeah, that's it for these 4 movies.